going on, Maz Gang?
Hey guys.
My name is Brian. This is my husband,
Alec.
and we are Meetthemazelins. It's been a while since we've done it.
Yeah. I thought you were going to forget it, in all honesty.
Really? I thought so too.
I feel like when we haven't done it for a little while, you always mess it up. Yeah, the first time that you're doing it. Yeah, but guys, I think this is our first thing on the couch since we've moved into our new home. At least in the couch that it's intended to be on. Yeah. Yes. So nice new custom.
Okay.
Custom green couch.
Yes, custom right from Temu.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, today I think it's a fun video, but we are gonna be doing another Q&A. We haven't done a Q&A in a little while, I feel like. I don't think we've done one at least since moving to Georgia 6 months ago.
It's been a while since we've done a Q&A.
Yeah. So we've had a lot of changes in our life since the last time that we've had a Q&A. And I must say, every time that we do pose it to our audience to like come up with questions, each time you guys kind of surprise me. Like, these are very good questions. Most of them aren't just the typical, things that we would get early on in our YouTube career. So yeah, that tells me that you guys are like following, you guys are right there with us every step of the way. Yeah, so today should be fun. So if that's something that you want to get into, please stick around, and yeah, let's get to it.
Yeah, right, it came on now.
We can always This video is in partnership with Wondersphere Travel. Are you ready to meet the Mazelins at sea? Well, it's not too late. There's still time to book. From September 7th to 12th, 2025, us and all our friends are going to be aboard the Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady, sailing the seas and having a time. We want to meet you all. So, for more information, click the link in the description box below. Can't wait to meet you.
Okay, we're back. You want to take the first one?
Sure.
I mean, we're both going to answer the questions, right? Okay.
Yeah, as long as it requires that. Okay, so this is from Temujin. Saw yesterday's vlog. What shaver did Brian get? I'm new to the bald head world. Do you have it right there beside you? Because I don't remember which one it was. But what I will say is I was trying to decide between this and the Freebird. But I just wanted Brian to just get a feel for a shaver on his head first, for him to let me know if it's something that he actually liked. So, I can't even say what brand this is. Ship ever. I'll put it in the description box below. But this was very highly rated on Amazon, as well as the Freebird razor. So for me, it was between those two. This one actually had a higher star rating, so that's why I went with it. But he hasn't tried it out yet. So once he does try it out, then we'll let you know if this is the GOAT.
I'll probably do it today.
Okay. All right.
So
it's from Nathan.
What's your favorite aspect of living in Atlanta versus Orlando? 100% community.
And when you say community, what do you mean?
Every aspect of it, like the community that we're building, in addition to the community we have in Orlando, like the friends that we have here, our neighbors are a part of our community, which is something that's new. We've never had neighbors that we can invite over for dinner, and vice versa. So that's something.
We barely had neighbors that said
hello.
We only had a few. So I will say, like, if Joy's still watching, we can big up Joy.
Yes, Joy.
Across the street. But yeah, we feel like since being here, everybody is so much nicer. Going into the grocery store, people say good morning, good afternoon.
They hold the door for you. If you do hold the door for them, they say thank you.
Yeah.
It's just manners across the board that I really do like.
Yeah. Outside of that, I appreciate the fact that there is more diversity, I feel, here because we're in South Georgia. But we're very close to everything, and I find that there's a lot of diversity, not just with the queer community, but also with immigrant communities, so many different races. yeah, I found that everywhere that we've interacted so far,
Yeah.
there is a good mix of people and a nice ratio as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a lot to do in Atlanta as well, which we just haven't been able to do a whole lot of it yet. But there's a whole lot more to do than just theme parks, which I think Orlando is very rooted in that. Yeah.
I love it.
All right, so this one isn't a question, and we've gotten quite a few of these. They're just wishing Brian a successful surgery and love you both. But thank you, True Angel.
Thank you. By the time you see this, I would have had the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is going to be great, guys.
Yes, that's the way to do it. Okay, so any plans of visiting South Africa?
Yeah.
This one is a sad story. I feel it.
It is a sad story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut this. Should I say
Cue the tears.
So the issue is, like, we were actually invited to go to South Africa in March for my best man's wedding. He's getting married in South Africa. However, having just come out of surgery, it's not recommended that I take a 15-hour flight over to another country so soon after. Like, I would have just been able to start putting pressure on the leg.
Mm-hmm. So even walking through the airport alone would have been too much.
Yeah, it's not recommended, so we cannot go.
Yeah, but it has always been a dream of Brian's to have us go.
Mm-hmm.
So the year isn't over. Yeah. We will see maybe if it can still happen within this year. We do have other things planned, of course, like the cruise. So this year may not be the time, but we'll see. If you're from South Africa, drop some flags in the comments.
Yes.
And also drop some things that we need to put on our bucket list of things to do when we do touch down in South Africa. But know that we really, really were excited on going. I got the vacation approved and everything.
Yeah, you did.
All right.
I'm a new subscriber. What advice do you have for raising children? This is a tough one for me. Just because I feel like you can't raise every child the same. Every child is different. They all have their own different personalities. Like, the way that my mother raised me is not the way that she raised my brother, and that's because we're two different people. I do feel like good parenting is rooted in discipline in the right amount. It can't be too much discipline and it can't be too little. You have to have a fine line of, like, knowing how to say no, but also knowing how to say yes, if that makes sense. It's not easy. It is a challenge, but there's rewarding parts, I will say. There's a lot of rewarding parts of being a parent, so. Yeah. What do you have to
add? My advice would be, don't have them. No, I'm joking, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. But for me, I would say, from the perspective of a bonus parent, just be one, very attentive and very observant, and two, like, really, really just be an open ear all the time. Because you're coming into a life that has already gone through its formative years, you know, with whatever parent base they had before, and you don't want to come in and be a whirlwind, you know. So come in and try and fit in as best as possible and form that bond. And once you do, like, then I feel like the parenting personality can take over. But as you said, it's not a one size fits all approach. You really do have to get to know the child or the individual for who they are, and then create your parenting plan around that. Yeah. All right. What do you guys do to keep the passion and fire burning after a few years of marriage? Oh my God. Okay. I don't know. For me, I feel like with that, it's one of those things I feel like people assume that, when you've been with somebody for a while, that everything stays the same as it was when it was in the beginning. That's not how it is. You change as people, you change as a couple, and then you have life factors as well that do come into play. So yeah, it does change things a lot of the time. And I think that to really keep the fire burning, you need to have constant communication. So you really know where each other is at that point in life.
Yeah.
If the same thing still interests them, if there is something else that is needed, you know, and then to really carve out time for each other.
Yes, I was just about to say that you have to continue to date your partner.
Yeah. Just trying new things and like keeping it exciting.
Right. Even doing old things. Like we love going to the movies. Like that's something that I genuinely look forward to doing with you, because I know it's something that we both like. Yeah. So definitely communication, and definitely continue to date and get to know your partner, because we're forever changing people. Yeah. 2025 goals. By the way, I love you guys. I've been watching you guys for a very long time. Thank you, King Shad. What's some of our goals for 2025? Well, I guess I'll start. What, 3?
3 what?
Should we name 3?
Oh, I mean, I don't know how I have 3.
Okay, all right.
Name your 3.
So, my first goal is to get further into my entrepreneurship bag. I want to get my real estate license. I want to, I guess Wondersphere would be in that entrepreneurship bag with me. I want to travel more.
Get back to traveling, because I feel like we started out traveling a lot, and then this year we have been rooted and grounded.
We bought a house, so that's a very good reason to have not been traveling. Damn.
3 sounding hard to name now, huh?
Yeah. I want to get in better shape. Now, I am reluctantly saying that because I know y'all gonna really hold my feet to the fire, which is a good thing, but sometimes people say the wrong thing. Yeah. Like y'all cross a boundary. Yeah, but I definitely do want to get in better shape once I'm able to start exercising again. Because I have ballooned since being off from work because I can't move. Yeah. So I can't, I've gained weight. So I definitely want to get that off. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, for me, it is to start collecting them bags because I am so ready to just perform at my new job. Like when I tell you I have a fire and a motivation to just do well.
I love to hear that.
And I want to come home and Brian start dancing and I'm just like...
Don't tempt me with a good time.
So that really is a huge goal of mine this year. Secondly, is just to continue to discover me, or rediscover me. I feel like in 2024, I made it a priority. And I am so much happier at the end of 2024, now the beginning of 2025, than I was starting 2024. So for me, I feel like once you take care of yourself mentally, then everything else follows. Everything else follows. So even with him saying the getting in shape, for me, it is a priority as well, but it's more so about my wellness first, and I'm sure that will also follow along.
That makes perfect sense, because I feel like since you've been here, you've been so much happier, so much lighter. You know what I mean? And not only there's a lot of things that changed in the midst of you moving here. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think you really switching your career back into the financial industry. I feel like that was a major
push forward.
Yes, and a huge game changer.
Yeah, and I think even like something like going back to tennis.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Being able to drive again, and you're right. Like just being able to change one thing can change so many other things as well. So yeah, about money.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, what was it like for Brian to come out to BJ?
Wow. Well,
PJ's our son, by the way.
yeah. It was not as hard as you may think. I knew that Alec and I were getting closer. I think we were engaged at the time. Like, I had proposed. So it was he knew who Alec was, but it was time for me to just take it to that next step. So he was in the kitchen. We were just having a conversation. He mentioned something about having, a little while ago, he had mentioned about having a gay friend, or there was a gay kid at the school or something like that. And I asked him how he would feel if, like how does he feel about it? And he was like, I'm not friends with them. Mind you, he was 10 at the time. He's like, I'm not friends with him because he's gay. I'm friends with him because I like him as a person. I was like, wow. Like, we don't give kids enough credit. So I finally gained the courage and I told him, like, listen, this is what it is. Dad is gay. And I'm going to marry Alec, the guy that you talk to on FaceTime all the time. He was like, okay.
That's it, right?
That was it. Nothing else. And since then, like, at 10, you get excited for certain things. I feel like he was our biggest cheerleader when it came to YouTube, everything. He was so proud to have 2 dads. He told everybody.
Yeah, and I think I told you this at a certain point too, but before we had gotten married, like, because he would have been watching some of the videos at the time, and then he had asked me, like, are you gonna change your last name, or like, what's the last name going to be? And I told him, like, we're gonna go by Tomlin Mazelin. And it's like, am I gonna be a Tomlin Mazelin too? And I just told him, like, to do that would have had to do some other things legally to get that change. But it's really just adding Mazelin to my last name, so I'm one of you guys as well. So that way, he didn't feel left out. But to me, it was just so cute because it's just like, oh, okay, so like, you are really embracing me as a parental figure as well. Yeah. So as he said, like, sometimes we just don't give kids the credit that they deserve. Yeah, I did.
I would love for you to be my mentor. Would you mentor other gay men, especially who want to live their life? So I'm gonna, I guess, live their life, like, be gay, and I guess that's what they mean.
Be openly gay.
Be openly gay.
This is from Peter.
To mentor, I still have so much work to do on me. That I don't know that I would be a good mentor for anybody else, because I'm still navigating life as a gay married father, that I don't know that I would have the knowledge to give to somebody else to help them navigate that same road. I don't mind helping with advice, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind doing those things, but to take on the title of a mentor, I don't know that I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate,
for sure.
even the thought, but again, for him, like, it's the same for me, where I always tell people, like, I'm just sharing based on my experience, because to me, all of us can learn from each other. Just being able to share is such a powerful thing. And there's so much that I can learn as well. So in any conversation that I'm having with somebody, if they're going through a struggle, I'll share what my struggle was and like how I coped with it. And I just try to be an active listener and, give them whatever advice based on what they're going through. But it also does help hearing what their problems are too, because it helps heal the younger version of myself who was going through that problem at some point in my life too. So yeah, I think that a lot of us out there don't realize how much power there is in sharing, and that sometimes we don't need a mentor necessarily,
That's why they say representation matters. It really does. That's a mentorship all on its own.
Yeah.
Seeing somebody navigate life who looks like you, or who has a similar
story personality. Nope, agreed. Yeah. But thank you.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Moving to Atlanta, what are some pros and cons, Mr. Hansen?
Pros, the ability to do a lot more. That's a huge pro. I don't know that I have any cons.
Mm-hmm.
You?
No, I don't have any cons now that I'm living here.
Yeah.
I think when I was visiting here a bunch, it was that I would be coming here in high traffic times when you have not just people in the city, but a lot of visitors as well. And that would be like on the party scene. So when I would be doing that, I've witnessed, been in the middle of, been on the corner of, the side, behind, different fights and things like that. But now that I live here, I realize that, you just know there are certain events where it's not even the girls that are here or the people that are here sometimes. Yeah. It's everybody coming from everywhere in the one space, and that's what prompts those things to happen. What I would say are some pros though is community. Again, like it goes back to the queer community, especially for us. It feels like a safe space. Having a neighbor that's also a part of the queer community feels like a safe space, and this is in the Atlanta metro area as well as on the outskirts. Yeah. Outside of that, where we live, it feels like we're pretty close to everything, so that also is helpful. And if there's any other con, I would have to say a lot of dead animals. A lot of animals. So we have a lot of deer, and we see them daily.
Yeah, it's a lot of dead.
You see deers.
Squirrels.
You see squirrels.
You hit one the other day.
You did too. Don't put me in that category by myself. Yeah. But yeah, mostly pros.
Okay. From Sexy Jazzy 3919, how did you guys meet? We met on Instagram. I feel like our very first video
we
covers that. Yeah. If you can, like, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll be able to find that video, and it tells the whole story.
But it's our get to know us tag.
Yeah. We met on Instagram.
Down in the DMs.
Down in the DMs.
Okay. Okay, Lillian. Alec, have you ever dated a girl? Yes, I have. Why that seem like subtle shade? Why did well, I guess I wouldn't ask you, can you have a son? Yeah. Okay, fine. But yeah, I've dated girls before. I've dated a few. Yeah. What? So what I will tell you is when I stopped dating girls was when I had my first boyfriend. Yeah. So, and why that was is because for me, I still had an attraction to both. I feel like I had more of a physical attraction to guys and more of an emotional attraction to girls at that time. But honestly, at that time when I was 18, I didn't feel like any girl would be comfortable with the fact that I've done things with guys before. So I just didn't want to set up a life where I felt like I had to lie. So I made a conscious decision not to date girls anymore. Yeah.
Was that a hard decision for you?
It didn't feel hard at the time because I was already slipping into something else. Because my first boyfriend was the first time I emotionally felt for a boy. So it was just like, oh, okay, I can get everything in one package.
Because you emotionally like the girls, but you really weren't physically attracted to them.
Yeah, I feel like once I started with guys physically, I wasn't as attracted to girls physically. Okay. Yeah, so it felt like even if I was with a girl, that my eyes would still be going to guys. So if you can find everything in one package, then why put other people through that? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I dated the girl.
Okay. So this is DMark30. You initially said that you didn't have any questions and that we're your little bros in your head, and we love that. Thank you. But you doubled back and said you did have one. So the question is, does Alec want to have kids of his own?
Initially I did. Initially I really did. But coming into this and being what I would consider to be a very active parent, I feel like I got the experience that I wanted or thought I wanted, and then some. And, you know, I wouldn't change it. I think that I've had the experience in the way that it was meant to be. And at the end of the day, you know, I always prayed for a child and I prayed for a boy specifically. And I got that. So to me, I feel like mission accomplished. Just looking to see BJ through to 18. So, you know, things might change in the future. But at this point, no. I feel very fulfilled with our son.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. How do you guys handle disagreements while recording vlogs?
So here's the thing. I feel like we don't necessarily have disagreements while we're recording the vlog.
That's what my answer was going to be. I was going to be like, we don't record.
Yeah, you just don't, like, we're not recording in the moment at all.
Yeah. When we're disagreeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That comes before.
Mm-hmm. And to be quite frank, I think that most of our disagreements have come around the vlogs themselves. If you just think about like most of the things that we've ever disagreed on, most times I think it's like been about content of some sort.
Yes.
So it really comes from working with each other as opposed to, yeah. So I just feel like it's not like we're trying to hide those things from camera, but it's a different mind frame. Like if we're arguing, we're not those kinds of people that like, no, or you can be like, no, hold up. Let me go and press record. No.
Yeah.
And we don't have cameras following us around, you know? So
yeah.
Yeah. This one?
Yeah. Brian, I love the live session you did with Lorenzo Love. Can you do it again? We actually just did it last night. I hope you were able to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll definitely have more of those come up throughout the year.
I think we'll definitely start incorporating more lives into our repertoire.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, this is also from GJ. I would love if you guys do a whole video on how people hit on you guys different and together.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that would be a very long video.
Yeah, I don't know that it would. I don't feel like we get hit on that often.
No, yeah, I mean, I also feel like we don't go out that much to get hit on.
True.
Because I can't say it hasn't happened. It has happened.
Yeah.
Both individually and together.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. Maybe we can.
Yeah. Did we do this already?
Mm-mm.
Okay. What's the secret to a long, healthy relationship? So this is my longest relationship, and I will say it's the healthiest relationship I've been in. And the difference between this one and my last is that we communicate.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we have learned how to communicate effectively.
Mm-hmm.
We try not to cut each other off. We really sit and listen. And I feel like one of the issues that I used to have is that I would put the blame on the other person.
Mm-hmm.
I would, it was never really, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't take fault, but it wasn't always my fault. You know what I mean? Like there was a reason why I did what I did, which is not always healthy. So, yeah.
Again, communication. Like I'm sure so many people have said it, but communication really is it. Yeah, you just always want to know where the other person is at and know that you guys are in it the same way, you know? And yeah, as he said, I feel like we talk through our issues. Even when it's hard, we talk through them from beginning, most times to an end. Yeah, so that's the secret, I guess, is communication. Okay, this is from Afro Nerd, which is a we. Do you have a plan for physiotherapy post-op? Praying for a successful and smooth healing journey.
Well, thank you. Yes, they did say that I was supposed to go to physical therapy. They didn't tell me when though. Like when I would be able to start. Because it is a controlled fracture, there's not anything I can do in the 6 weeks. Like I can't put pressure on it.
Yeah.
So But I mean, at some point, I will be going to physical therapy.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm sure they'll let us know more after your follow-up, after the surgery. Yeah, but we'll definitely keep you guys abreast of all of that. And also sending healing vibes your way as well, Zoe. All right. What's the most thankful moment for 2024 and why?
The most thankful moment for 2024. Should I say the day we closed on the house?
You could.
Yeah, June 12th.
June 12th. Okay.
That was the day that I was like, I don't know if you do it, but I still wake up, and when I come downstairs, I'm like, this is mine. Like this is our space. Like,
but I've told you recently, like I just went into the guest room for the first time in a little while. I'm just like, damn, this house is nice. like just to know that there are spaces in the house that you legit sometimes
don't
go in or don't see. So it's amazing that we've managed to do this in 2 years, really. But yeah, I think that's a major one. I think for me, like, I've told you, I think that peaks and valleys are important in life. And as much as we appreciate the high moments, there's still so much to appreciate in the low ones as well. So for me, one of the things I was most thankful for was you finding out that there was an issue with your hip. Because you had to go to 3 doctors to be able to find out that there was an issue. And then the bigger thing that I'm even more thankful for is that I had just switched into a job that was paying me more, so that in light of you going through that struggle and having to be on disability, that we were still in a position where we can still swim and not drown, So that I'm extremely thankful for, because had the timing been even a little bit off,
this would have been a messed up situation. It would have been terrible.
So that for me is one of the things I'm most thankful for. Like, even when you think that something is bad, and it would have been very easy for us to say, damn, at the same time, like, I just had to be so grateful. Yeah. Your turn.
Well, Lloyd, K19, who is the top and who is the bottom?
Can we have a resolution here for 2025? Can we stop asking gay couples?
Yes.
Can we stop asking gay couples who is a top and who is a bottom?
Why does it matter?
Because my thing is, I feel like people already have their preconceived notion based on how a certain person behaves or whatever. So it's one of two things. Either you want to confirm your suspicion, or 2, you want to be surprised. And even if you're surprised, you're like, no, that could never be the case. I can't imagine that. At the end of the day, to me, one of the best parts of being gay is that really and true, there's no holds or bounds on anything. So why limit my fun, 1, or our fun, and 2, like, why put ourselves in a box? I get it, it's a question and people are curious, but please, like, people aren't in straight couples' bedrooms asking them certain things like that. Like, are you asking a straight man, so do you get pegged in your relationship? So yeah, please, for 2025 and onwards, guys, can we no longer ask this question? Yeah. Oh, okay. Hi friends, this is from Candy. Just want to know if you guys wear your rings on your right hand. So we do not. We wear it on our left hands. However, it is our fault why some people think that.
Oh yeah.
Because we have some of our videos, when we shoot with the front camera, our videos they're inverted. So it looks like we're driving on the opposite side of the car. It looks like we have our rings on our right hand, but we do wear them on the left hand. And I think another resolution for us for 2025 is that we'll flip those videos.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
We'll
to make sure we
happen.
no longer have that confusion.
Yes. Joan Allison, how are you guys adjusting in your new home? Amazing.
Especially now, because back, like, you guys would have seen bits and pieces, but we have really now consciously been working on outfitting the house, and it really feels like everything is coming together right now. So just give us like until Brian is done with surgery. I'm sure we're gonna have it in a place where it feels like it's finished. So we literally just talked about this tonight. We're very excited to do a new home tour.
Yeah.
With the place done. Yeah, which we feel like we're gonna be ready to do it very, very soon. All right, this is from Ray. What tips do you have for making friends in a new city and maintaining long distance friends?
I feel like maintaining friendships, all of my friendships have been
Distance at some point.
right, and they've also been 10 years plus. Even you, Ray, I've known you since kindergarten. So it's like all of my friendships are very, very long. So it's not hard to keep in touch because at some point they become family. You know what I mean? So it's like we're gonna keep in touch regardless. My job for the last 7 years, I've been a flight attendant. So I haven't been in their space all the time. So it's been easier for me to just pick up the phone, call, text, or whatever. Like that's how I have been keeping in touch with my friends.
I mean, socials really make it so much easier now. You know, you watch their stories, it's like you kind of know what they're doing all the time. You can pick up the phone and FaceTime them or video call them if you want. That has been very helpful for me. And also, I still make sure to put effort into showing up for my friends for very important things. So for special birthdays, we still make sure that we celebrate it with each other and we integrate into each other's friends' lives as well. In terms of making new friends, to me, I feel like the easiest way is to start with a genuine interest of yours. So for example, I started playing tennis, and when I started playing tennis, even though I knew one person, that relationship got deeper, and I can say it's somewhat of a friendship now. And then I met new people through tennis, so the network just gets bigger and bigger. So find something that you love, go out and do it, even if your partner doesn't like doing it. Go out and do it, and then really just make the effort to get to know people. Yeah, I think it's so much easier because the fact that you're going and doing something that you like, if that person is there, it means that they also like it. So you're already starting with some kind of common ground.
Yeah. Do we do this? There's 2 goals already. We already answered those.
Yeah, so what are some of your goals, Phil? Okay, yeah, this was from David and from Becky. Yeah, what are some of your goals for 2025? We just did those, but thanks for the question. Oh, this is from Becky. Okay, what's your daily routine these days?
Oh, well, I get up shortly after he leaves, probably like around 8:39-ish is when I'm up. I get out of bed around 9:30, 10. I make a cup of coffee. If I'm not studying real estate, I just watch my Criminal Mind shows.
Take out Rasta
at some point whenever he wakes up. I was doing a thing where I would wake him up and take him out, and he would pee, but then like within an hour or two, he'd have to use it, like go number 2. So that's 2 trips. So now I just wait till he wakes up.
Yeah, for me, it's so funny because it feels like it's flipped now. Bless you.
Thank you, sorry.
Yeah, so for me, I get up around between 7:15 and 7:20, depending on whether school is in or out. And yeah, I just get up, get ready for work, and go to work and study. That's all I've been doing for the longest time. Like, I'm just now coming out of my major exams, so now I'm starting to shadow people and kind of learning the ropes at work. Go grocery shopping sometimes before I come home. Sometimes when I come home, I rush to go and get ready for tennis and head out to tennis, and I'm playing until 9 p.m. and then come home to a nice warm cooked meal.
I'm on my house husband duties.
Right? So I come home to that, and then yeah, other than that, I generally clean up the kitchen and like prepare my meals for the next day. Yeah, and then go to bed, play Monopoly, and go to bed.
When are y'all visiting Barbados? That's a great question. Alec wanted to take me to crop over, but I don't know that. When is crop over?
In August.
Oh, it's in August.
Yeah.
I mean, you work now, so you always.
I have to apply for vacation.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's still possible.
Okay.
Still possible. All right, this is from Nardi. It used to be Nardi in Japan, which is no longer that. Y'all want to be friends? I'm moving to San Francisco and I want y'all to come visit. You actually were just talking about San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to go. So, yes, when you get there, let us know.
Yeah. All right. This is weird because it's like some of the questions cut twice. Okay. Alec, are you concerned about Trump trying to deport those with a green card or married to US citizens? To be honest, I was worried pre-election and I was worried as soon as the election results were announced. I have not put any thought into it since then. I don't know if that's my coping mechanism or what, but yeah, I'm just, at this point, I feel like the only thing you can have is optimism. So I'm just going about my daily routine and trying to focus on me. And yeah, that's all I'll say about that. I have nothing else to say.
What more can you say?
Yeah. All right. So this one is from Chris Moore. Is y'all open to adding to y'all friend circle? I'm new to ATL and want to hang with y'all.
Okay. Yeah, so when I get back on my good hip, then we can make our way out on the town. So we're definitely open to like meeting new friends and going out for drinks or dinner, brunch, lunch, whatever it is. So
yeah, because I mean, of course, you know, he can't really do a whole lot right now.
Yeah, I can't do nothing.
Yeah, for the next couple of weeks. He's actually a flight attendant too.
Okay, so we got something in common then. Okay, so we can definitely do that.
Yes, I think, yeah, for sure. Just hit us up or we'll hit you up or whatever, but we'll make it work. And then you had Fra Dutino. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but can I have dinner with the Mazelins? I mean, technically we've partied together already, because if I remember correctly, we met him at Eagles, the one time that we went to Eagles.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
it's like a good thing then.
Right? Okay, everybody want to hang with the Mazelins? While we over here thinking that we're boring.
Right.
Okay, no, we can all make this happen. Like, we've really always enjoyed meeting, bumping into any of the people that have been supporting us on our journey. Yeah, so I think it would be a good time. Yeah. All right, so I think we've just about wrapped up all the questions. Yeah, so on that note, please give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Please share this video with somebody else who you think wants a little bit of love in our lives, or in their lives, not our lives. Please comment down below and let us know if there's anything new that you learned about us, and if you have any questions as well. And if you haven't done it already, do what?
Subscribe.
All right, guys, see you next time.